I went to the No Kings protest in Nashville yesterday, mainly to document it and to be there and experience it. And I'm gonna tell you about what that experience was like. This one's worth sticking around for. If you're on the right, you're gonna love what I have to say. If you're on the left, you're gonna love what I have to say. But neither of you are gonna enjoy how I call out your bullshit. Let's start with what I saw. I saw something that was actually pretty inspiring and incredibly pro-American. People from all walks of life banding together to express their rights and showcase their voice. And that's a very powerful thing. It is also a very American thing. So despite what some media outlets might try and tell you, this is not an anti-American crowd. I did not witness violent behavior. I did not witness people even attempting to impede traffic, which is how it should be. I also witnessed plenty of people, including myself, thank law enforcement and those that were there in helping to keep things peaceful and organized. So do not let anyone tell you that this movement or these people are anti-American, because it's not true. It was a historic day. I think there were over 2,500 cities that had rallies, and an estimated 7 million people participated. Out of 7 million people, I am sure that if you scour the internet, you will find examples of behavior or actions that would be considered anti-American. But I don't think that paints a picture of what it actually is 99.9% of the time. Yes, there was a part of it that was inspirational, but I also witnessed things that are just flat out stupid and counterproductive. The No Kings movement, which in my opinion is kind of a dumb name, but whatever, it is meant to convey a concern towards a consolidation of power within one branch of the government, in particular by one guy. And that is an issue that supersedes any policy or any ideology. I've said it over and over, I'm not going to stop saying it, and I think more people should say it. And while there were plenty of people there who were on script and on message about the one thing that this should be about, far more people in attendance were holding signs or expressing concerns over policy and ideology, and it's a losing battle. If you want to stop this consolidation of power, you need to get Trump supporters on your side. And you will not do it by attacking policies they believe in. And here's why it's going to be hard to garner support from them when you go that route. People have very deep parasocial bonds. They have them with celebrities, influencers, and they especially have them with talented politicians. And Donald Trump is a talented and effective politician. He is well aware that whether we realize it or not, most people care more about having an emotional connection to a politician or a candidate than they do about policy. And he is a master of getting his base to love him. The other reason is that we have incredibly strong emotional connections to our policies, especially the controversial ones, the hot button issues that have been around before, they're around today, and they'll be around in the future. You are not going to convince anyone who identifies as MAGA to help you in this cause when you attack them on policy. The other main concern was, before the rally started, there was a stage and there were speakers. And none of it centered around the main issue, stopping a consolidation of power. It was all about policy. So I'm telling you right now, if you're actually concerned about this, you need to shut the fuck up about healthcare, about immigration, about ICE, about abortion, about trans rights, all of it. Stop fucking talking about it. I'm not telling you to stop caring about it. I'm not saying that there won't be a time and a place to fight for whatever it is that you support. But now's not the time. Every time you do it, you take a step back. Every time you try to convince some farmer from Idaho that a 9-year-old can identify as a fucking ferret, you're fighting a losing battle, okay? So just stop. So to reiterate, this movement needs cohesion and it needs to solidify around one message and one script. Keep the checks and balances. This is not about how you feel about it. Your argument should center around objective, factual behavior that can be seen as authoritative. And that's it. The rest can come later. It needs cohesion. And speaking of cohesion, this is why the right is so much more effective at getting anything done. When they decide on something, they go all in. They bond together, they link arms, and they don't budge. Meanwhile, the left is just full of dreamy idealism, and they're all over the fucking place. And that's what I saw yesterday. Everyone's got their thing they want to talk about. They don't stick to the script, and it's why they always lose. You have to get support from middle America. Here's one more thing that's going to make it so much harder for you to get the support that you need from the other side to accomplish the goal. You've got to be serious. Professionally pissed off and professionally serious. But what do you see when you go out there? People having a good time, playing drums, dressing up in costumes and looking like fucking frogs and whatever it is they're doing. You look fucking stupid and you look silly. This is serious shit. It's so nonsensical and stupid. You were never going to convince anyone from the other side who already has a bias against you to join your movement while you're out there dancing around in a fucking costume. Grow the fuck up. Now let's get to the right. When you look at comments online or in person from people who are against the rallies or the No Kings movement, you should see remarks, arguments, and comebacks centered around something concrete and objective. You could say, I don't agree with these rallies or these protests because I don't believe that what the Trump administration is doing would be considered authoritative. I support it because it is accomplishing something that I voted for and I like what he's doing. You should see that, but you don't. Instead, 70% of the time, all you see or hear is this. We haven't had a king in 250 years. If we had kings, you wouldn't be allowed to protest. There's only one king. His name is Jesus. Shut the fuck up. You were either A, too stupid to understand that no kings is an implied metaphor, or B, you lack the capability to format a response that's legitimate. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Because when that is your response, I got a news flash for you, buddy. You look just as fucking stupid as the jackass dancing around in a frog costume. It's asinine. I'm not going to pretend to know everything or have all the answers or be the most informed. But I am so damn concerned of where we are now. It is so divided. The middle ground is shrinking more and more and more. And all you have is people on opposite ends of the ideological spectrum. And none of them realize they're the same person.